Hello everybody, MorbTron here. So Juggernaut Striker Titans are finally getting nerfed next week on the 29th. And then later on, hopefully sooner rather than later, One-Eyed Mask is getting looked at. And what looked at means is it actually gets nerfed. And not nerfed like it did last time. Last time Bungie nerfed the One-Eyed Mask, they barely changed a single damn thing about it. They tweaked some percentages, a tiny smidgen amount, and basically did nothing to make this thing less potent than it is. So hopefully, in the near future, we see One-Eyed Mask have an actual change to it. Maybe they actually change the exotic perk to tone it down a little bit, so other exotics can start to shine, and maybe the fair weather, overpowered thing users stray away from Titans and go to other places, or fan out, or maybe just stop playing the game entirely. We'll see. But that's... Well, I'll save that rant for later on in the video. Now, for the people that play Titans right now that haven't played anything other than using what is the most powerful, I don't blame you. You know, you might want to win. You want to play your best, use the best tools for what you're doing when you're doing it, and I can understand that. I can respect the grind, that sort of thing. So if you want to stick around in your Titan, and you don't know what to do, you're going to feel lost without your Juggernaut melee healing you constantly, you're going to feel lost without One-Eyed Mask making the game have training wheels, what do you do? Well, I think a lot of people that want to play Titan continuously, what they're going to do is they're going to stray away from Juggernaut Titans down here, because you're no longer going to be able to trigger health regeneration off of a super kill. You're no longer going to be able to extend your super out to be just an absolute ridiculous amount of time. You're still going to be able to extend it for a little while, but not nearly as much, and you will not be able to spam the shoulder charge ability in your super very much at all. So, what I think is going to happen is a lot of people are just going to do this. They're going to do that, and then they're going to go into here, and they're going to switch from One-Eyed Mask to Insurmountable Skullfort. And they're just going to shoulder charge everybody. And I think that's going to be the next thing, because you heal yourself, and you get your shoulder charge ability back when you get a kill with a shoulder charge. But if you actually want to spice up your playstyle in the Crucible, my number one pick for you is going to be Heart of Inmost Light, right there. And I'll show you why here momentarily, as soon as I change the shader, because that's going to bug me if I don't. There we go. So, why is Heart of Inmost Light so good, and why do I basically main Heart of Inmost Light on my Titans? My favorite Titan exotic, and the reason why is, well, you get your abilities back super fast, and you can chain how you use this thing. I've made a couple videos on it before, so I'm not going to go into extreme depth, but if you use an ability, you get a buff that not only increases the potency of your other abilities, meaning your melee and grenade do more damage, your shield can take more damage before breaking, but it also gives you back your abilities faster, charges your other abilities quicker. So let's say my grenade and my melee are on cooldown. If I throw down a Titan barricade, both my grenade and melee recharge faster. It does not recharge the ability you used to get that buff faster, but it is still very powerful. And with this exotic perk, Overflowing Light, the sticky grenades can one-shot people. So just throw up a barricade, stick a grenade to somebody's face, they explode into flames and die immediately. Now, one thing that I will mention is that sticky grenades tend to fall off of people a lot in the Crucible, so that's the one thing holding them back from being overpowered, I think, is not so much the exotic being as good as it is, because it is really good, but more so in the fact that the grenades actually don't stick to people, and they fall off people all the time. They're not as powerful as they were in Destiny 1, where sticky grenades would basically, you can throw them backwards and they would land on somebody in front of you. And yes, that has happened a couple times back in Destiny 1. It's real rough. So that's my main pick if you want to stick to a Titan. If you want to use something that's brainless and something that takes zero thought about using, you can use something like Mask of the Quiet One. Now, comparing it to current One-Eyed Mask, it's not even a comparison. One-Eyed Mask is much stronger. But if One-Eyed Mask does get nerfed into the ground, you might want to consider using One-Eyed Mask if you still want to use an exotic that does not take any sort of change in your playstyle to use. You get a little bit of your ability energy back when you take damage, and if you are critically wounded, if you get a kill, you will start health regeneration immediately. It's not like the One-Eyed Mask heal, but it's a heal, and you do get your abilities back a little bit faster. It's not super overpowered. In fact, I think they could make it a little bit more potent, and it would be fine. Just not Omega powerful potent. We don't need a second One-Eyed Mask. But I think with a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of a buff, that the Mask of the Quiet One could actually be very, very useful. Right now it's an exotic that I throw on when I don't really care, and I'm just kind of derping around in PvE activities. Mask of the Quiet One is kind of my go-to for that when I want to just play brainlessly. But now we're going to get into some Crucible footage, and I'll talk a little bit more about my opinions on the changes, and you'll see me use One-Eyed Mask and Juggernaut Titan in the clips, because I wanted to have examples of how broken it is. Alright, on to that. So the first thing I want to talk about here is this clip that I have from my live stream a couple days ago, where I'm in Super, in Juggernaut, and try as they might, this enemy team, however, going into it, only a couple of them noticed me. They put a lot of damage into me, and they just could not take me down. And you see how hard I'm just holding forward and getting this last kill here before my super runs out is ridiculous. And the fact that I'm full health going into that is absurd. And here, I mean, here it is again, just to kind of reiterate the point. They put a lot of damage into me. And it, not only do I heal after every kill, but with how teleporty Titans are, spamming the shoulder charge ability while they're in Juggernaut Super, they're very hard to hit. And that Hunter almost killed me. If I hadn't been able to constantly just shoulder charge at them while holding forward, I think it would have been a different story. If I hadn't healed after getting that last kill before I just held forward at that last Hunter, I would have died. If I would have been in any other Titan Super, I would have died, but Juggernaut is incredibly powerful. Well, I shouldn't say any other Super. Sentinel holding the shield up, I'd have lived just fine. But Sunbreaker? No. Unless you're going to throw a hammer at him, which you could always do. But Sunbreaker doesn't have nearly as much super energy. Also, we don't heal off of kills. That sort of thing. So I think some rebalancing is perfectly fine. And if my main class, my Titan class that I play 99% of the time when I play Destiny, has to take a nerf to make the game overall a better place, I think that's fantastic. I would love to see more primary weapon battles. I would love to see less supers in the Crucible, which Bungie promised us there would be a lot less super usage of. But if you have 100 intellect, like I do in my Titan with certain loadouts, I can have 3 supers in a match without getting a single kill. Not a single one, and I can have 3 supers. Which is way too many. I think if you don't get a single kill, you should be able to get 1 super. You know, if you are doing really well, you know, get 2, possibly 3 if you do really, really well. You shouldn't be able to get 3 just by drooling on your keyboard or your controller. And my phone keeps going off while I'm recording this, but I keep forgetting to mute it, and I don't know why it's making noise, so I apologize. But what I'd mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video, how the fair weather players hopefully will stray away from Titans. What I mean by that is there's always something that is the most powerful in the game. No matter how much balancing Bungie does, unless they take away everything and just give us sticks and rocks to hit each other with and throw at each other, and they're all the same sticks and all the same rocks, there is always going to be something that's more powerful than everything else. And some people will always flock to those things that are even maybe just a little bit more powerful than everything to give themselves an advantage over everybody else that actually just wants to have fun in the Crucible rather than sweat and try hard 24/7. So, that being said, I think taking away a couple of the biggest outliers in the power gap or fantasy or whatever magical YouTuber spin words you want to put on it, you take away Juggernaut Titans being just stupid overpowered, you make One-Eyed Mask not be the most powerful exotic in the Crucible, and hey, you know, maybe actually nerf Recluse. And I think you'd have a pretty balanced Crucible. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with those people. You know, will they stick to Titans? Will they do what I think they're going to do? I think a lot of them are going to equip their insurmountable skull fort. They're going to go top 3 striker, and they're just going to shoulder charge everybody and shotgun the people they can't shoulder charge. That's what I think is going to happen. We'll see. But that's my prediction. But yeah, so I mean, even in this game right here, this game you're watching right now, in the background here, I'm not trying. Like, I have my 2 favorite weapons equipped. I have my Thorn, and I have my Erentil, and just because I wanted to get footage for this specific video, I played a few games out of my stream using Juggernaut Titan, using One-Eyed Mask, and it felt dirty, but boy did I get some good footage for it. In this game, like I said, I'm not even trying. Right here, I get a double. I should be dead, because I just W-keyed right through Hunter Smoke. This person, they can't escape from me because I'm shoulder charging at them and not having to worry about wasting my super shoulder charging, because you can just keep shoulder charging over and over again. And here I go, just going across the entire map, just getting super kill after super kill because Juggernaut is broken. And I can't wait for that to get rebalanced. It's going to be fun having, you know, maybe some people that haven't unequipped One-Eyed Mask or Juggernaut for months to suddenly not knowing what to do. I wish that the One-Eyed Mask nerf and the Juggernaut nerf happened at the same time, so we'd really see some people that didn't know how to play the game anymore. And if only they had nerfed Recluse at the same time, it would have been the nerf trifecta that I've been hoping and praying for the longest time. By the way, hold on, just watch this video closely. Completely destroyed that Hunter. I don't feel bad about it at all. I love my Erentil, and people that pop supers with other people looking directly at them deserve to get shut down out of their super immediately. I'm sorry, that's just the way that it is. But anyway, I'm going to leave you here with the rest of this footage. The match is just about done anyway, and this video has gone on long enough. If you want to show your support for the video, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new, other YouTuber propaganda shenanigans. Yeah, if you want to have a civil discussion about stuff in the comment section, leave a comment down below. If you think that One-Eyed Mask and Juggernaut don't deserve to be nerfed, 1, you're wrong. 2, you're wrong. And 3, nothing you can say will prove to me otherwise. So there you go. But if you want to talk about stuff, that's what the comment section's for. Don't forget to have a good day, everybody, and I will catch you all next time.